to tell you, oh, how do you like my new blue hair? It's natural. I had yellow hair, actually it was orange, and it fell out and this grew in, so I'm very happy. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story, and I promise everything is true. And this story is about the night that it took me, well, no, it was about the 2 nights it took me to turn 40. So, all right, I'm in New York. It was May 19th, and I was in my favorite club, Heartbreak, and I was with my best friend, Polly, and we were sitting in these little red leather banquette chairs. Well, no, it was a little half circle with a table in the center, and they had like red buttons and everything was leather. And then there was a little thing behind you, like a backrest. Polly and I were sitting up on them, kind of like that. And yes, we were perched on them. We kind of looked like hookers. But no, I didn't really look like a hooker, but Polly did. Okay, but my dress was up to here, my shirt was down to here, and all I kept thinking was, oh my God, you're 40 and you're still so hot.
Yeah!
I was just about to make Moonstruck with Nikki Cage. And Nikki was 21 and I was 40, and I'm just saying. Who looked better? Okay, so Polly and I were just having this incredible time, and I'm watching everybody dancing on the dance floor, and I'm so excited, and then I'm looking around, and then I see the hottest guy I've ever seen in my life. And we're flirting with each other all night long, but nothing's happening. So I got bored and I went home. And I was staying with my friend, my fabulous friend, in his beautiful hotel. And my lovely friend had just gotten out of jail is the short time and prison is the long time. He had just gotten out of prison, like you do. And I think it was for tax evasion. So he was letting me stay there in his beautiful hotel, and he owned Studio 54, and he was just really nice, that's all. So I went to sleep dreaming fabulous dreams of being 40, and then in the morning, about 7:15, my phone rang, and the man on the other end said, "Hi, Cher, this is George." And it was George Miller. He was the director of Witches of Eastwick. You will regret that. Anyway, so George says hi, and I said hi, and he said, "I just want to call you and tell you I don't want you in my movie." And Jack and I, Nicholson, we don't think you're sexy and you're too old. But it was kind of like hot last night, 40, and then like this morning, hello 40. I've been from like a fabulous young hottie to Lady Macbeth overnight. And it was terrible. Tears started streaming down my cheeks, but I didn't want him to know it. So I just held really tight and let him talk. But he was so terrible. He said, I don't like the way you look, and I don't like the way you talk, and I don't like the way you walk, and there's not much I like about you. And I said, okay, look, motherfucker. I said, I was nominated for an Academy Award for Silkwood. And I won the Best Actress Award at Cannes Film Festival for Mask. So
Yeah!
you didn't find me under a rock, all right? There's not that big, oh my God, can she do anything? So I just went click. And when Taurus gets mad. So, but still the tears were rolling down my cheeks, and I was heartbroken because I kept thinking, I had this idea that I would do this movie, and then I would go on and do other movies, and I would be a movie star. And I did. So my tears kept streaming, and I was just like trying to just calm myself and think, okay, good thoughts, and everything will be fine. And but they wouldn't stop. And then all of a sudden, I thought, oh my God, these are fabulous tears. And I thought, they're so beautiful. If you look down, you kind of look like a Madonna. See? Can everybody see? Can you see me being Madonna? Okay. And not the blonde one. Okay? Not the blonde Madonna. All right, so anyway, at that moment, my kids walk in, and they have a big cake, and they have two bellmen, and they're helping carry the cake, and they're singing, you know, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Mom, happy birthday to you. And then they look at me and they go, Mom, you're crying. Mom, why are you crying? It's your birthday and you're crying. And I said, well, because sometimes when ladies, young ladies, are happy and they're overwhelmed by their happiness, sometimes they just can't stop it. It just comes out of them, and sometimes it comes out in beautiful tears because they're so happy. And my kids bought it, and I went, okay, go away and we'll have the cake at a reasonable hour. Okay, so, oh, I forgot to mention this. Okay, so I was staying with my fabulous friend who'd been in jail, but I owed him $28,000 and I didn't have it. And I have one more thing to add. And this one's gonna sound really, really weird. Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but just don't pay attention. So, since the beginning of the David Letterman show, they had wanted me to come on it, and I never wanted to go there. Okay, now we get to our thumbs up. All right. So it's 3 days before my birthday, and the producer of David Letterman calls me and says, Cher, how would you like to spend your birthday with Dave? And I said, I would love to, for $28,000. And he said, well, we don't do that. And I said, well, then neither do I. And so we hung up, and then like 20 minutes later, he said, oh, okay, we're gonna do it. And I was like, cha-ching. But while we're on the telephone, he said to me, so, Cher, just out of curiosity, why haven't you ever wanted to do our show? Top-rated show, asking you constantly why. And I said, well, because David's very funny and he's really smart, but sometimes when he gets a guest on that he doesn't feel that's up to his caliber, he can kind of be an asshole. And the producer, he agreed with me, and so we hung up. So that night on my birthday, I went on the show, and Dave was sitting here in a chair, and I was sitting here in a chair. He was being funny, and I was being funny, and he was being funny, and I was being much funnier. And in the middle of the hilarity, Dave looks over at me and he goes, so tell me, Cher, why would you ever want to be on my show? And my head exploded, because in those days you couldn't say bad words. And I knew if I lied, it would be all over, and I couldn't tell the truth, and my mind was going round and round and round, like, how can I get out of this? How can I get out of this? And before I realized it, out of my mouth came, because I thought you were an asshole. Yeah. I was trying to stuff it back, but it wasn't going. It was out there. So anyway, Dave said that I traumatized him for 5 years. And no one here might, I think that's probably true. Anyway, we became friends though, and he's nice. He sends me birthday cards, you know, and writes little beautiful sentiments in script, and they're lovely. And script is a thing we used to do, and it's curly writing. I do it with my Oscar Wilde fountain pen. That's how old I am, okay? But you guys are never gonna meet it, so forget it. All right, so I got this last one. It was beautiful, but it had like puppies and it had satin and kittens and all that, which was okay. But at the bottom of it, it said, P.S. My mom always likes Sunny better. And it's like, what is that shit? You know? I think he's still harboring. All right, so that was then, and I was sporting this now, and I'm not. And I always hate telling people how old I am because I'm not that happy with it. But I do it because I want to tell the women something. And yes. What I want to tell the young women, and I always go over here, and I'm not so sure why, because I'm sure not all the young women are here, but whatever. So I just want to tell, if I get any more left, I'll be burning. So I just want to tell young women that you might not want to wear blue hair, but you might want to do something else that seems crazy to your friends or your parents or whatever. But if you have a dream, follow it. And the older women, where's your blue hair? Bitches, come on. Don't make me look bad. All right, so I was listening to a woman the other day, and she was going, I'm older now, and I feel like I've found myself, and I'm so at peace finally, and I love being older bullshit. Okay? I'm there. It's so fabulous. Okay, but I'm going to tell you how old I am, and you will not be able to contain your joy, and you will clap, and you will jump up and down. I'm 73. Thank you. Okay, I don't know if people are clapping because I'm still alive, or I can get into my costumes. It's something in there. All right, so I have to go before we start this extravaganza, and I just have one thing to say, and that is, what is your granny doing tonight?